What's up, everyone? I'm going to show you how you can grab a win with the Warlock class against the Lich King. This is generally one of the easier ones, but it can give you a little trouble if you don't get good card draw. And I'll link my deck list below in the description, so I hope you guys can get a win.
Lich King!
So to start things off, this is gonna have to be a Reno deck, because I don't imagine doing this without Reno Jackson. So if you don't have this card, you might need to look up a different guide to help you do this. Because other than that, what the Lich King does is he does damage to you for each card that you have in your deck that's a duplicate. So you're intended to go with the cards that synchronize with only playing one, like Kazakus or Reno. So that's the best way that you're going to want to try doing this. So I've got some funny cards in my hand, one being the Curse of Rafaam. I thought I put this in this deck to actually see if there would be some sort of funny thing that the Lich King would say, but it turned out that there is nothing he would do. But it actually ended up being a very good card to use, because for some reason he won't play it for a very long time. He does end up playing it, but it's almost towards the end. So since I got it right on turn 2, he actually just ticked away from as soon as I played it, until he played it towards the end. So it ended up like shredding off a lot of his armor, which ended up being very helpful, because I did narrowly win this game even though it took 2 tries. The key for me is that dragon in my hand. The one, I can't remember its name right now, but it's the one that doubles in damage every single turn. I actually got it the first game, got it on board, and it had 32 damage like it should be. That's what you want to do to one-shot him, but unfortunately at the end he got me with Blizzard and kept freezing it, so I didn't have the chance to hit him in the face, and the game stalled a little bit too long, and he ended up shooting me and killing me with his hero power. So other than that, you just want to try to stall out the game, as I'm doing now. Luckily, like I said, the Curse of Rafaam, really weird card that I didn't think I'd actually want to use. Just thought he'd have some sort of funny interaction with it, but I'm glad I put it in, because as you can see, he's already down 10 damage, and we're just getting set up. Already got the Doomsayer for his turn 7, so I'm just thinking what I want to do. Luckily, I top decked the Reno, I think on my first or second draw, so I'm not really too concerned about my health, and I've got the Kazakus Potion to clear the board. And once again, I got pretty lucky just having the Doomsayer in my hand. You'll probably get it from tapping anyway, but I got a really good setup. He only had the Ghoul out on turn 6, so the Doomsayer is going to clear his massive Frostmourne board, and then I pretty much only have to deal with that Ghoul when I come back. And so it's a pretty good start to where I can start getting his armor down and start getting damage in. And as you can see, the stupid Curse of Rafaam is still actually doing damage. It's ironically ridiculous how well that card is working. And I also have some good tools in my hand. I have the Twilight Drake, Reno, of course. Got a tap before I Reno here. I have Shadowflame to clear his board, Twisted Nether, so at this point I'm pretty set up. It's just about getting the cards you need in your hand around turn 6 and 7 so that you can make sure you clear both of his boards. So this was a pretty weird part right here. I played a 4/10 Twilight Drake, and he did Obliterate, which is the one that does damage equal to the health of the minions, so he took 10 damage right here. This is actually pretty lucky. I wasn't expecting him to do that, but it ended up shaving off more of that armor, and the Curse of Rafaam was still ticking, so it really gave me a good headway to just getting to his health at this point. And I get ready to Twisted Nether, and pretty much from there, he's low on cards, and it becomes me just getting the cards out of my hands, the big ones like the Lich King and some of the other cards. This poison trap with the snake ended up being pretty lucky because I think it killed one of his taunts, one of his bone mare taunts. But yeah, from this point on, if you get it to this state, you should be pretty free to get your win. And ironically, this is the turn that he ends up actually playing the Curse of Rafaam card, which I thought was pretty odd. I don't know what made him play it, but I'm surprised he just let it sit there so long, because there were so many turns he had the mana to do it. It was just kind of a weird mechanic, but it ended up helping a lot. And this is where I set up the dragon to start getting his damage up. It takes a good couple turns. You want it to get 16 damage and then double to the 32. And that's pretty much the time you want to finish him off. And right here, like I said, with the Poison Cobra, I get through his taunt. Turns out being very helpful. And I got the win. I started getting super nervous again because he kept blizzarding and freezing the dragon, which is exactly what happened the first game until he was able to kill it. And I thought it was going to happen again, but luckily I get the 32 damage right here. He does end up clearing it, and I was like, oh no, not again, please. But I get some face damage in when I equip Jaraxxus, and that's what pretty much does it. So I hope this helped you guys. I'll be posting more. I've already got the Druid win. That was pretty easy just because Druid is broken. I'll be trying to work on some of the harder ones like Rogue so I can help anyone out who might need it. I don't have all the cards, so I know how frustrating it can be. I've seen deck lists that were Reno that use the Death Knight Gul'dan that works really well. So if you guys have any of that stuff, definitely try to throw it in there because it helps a lot. But I hope this video helped a lot. Like I said, I'm going to post the deck code in the description. Also, thanks for the person who showed me that last video. I actually forgot that was a mechanic in the game because I'm not used to copying my decks for anything. But thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed.
I see only darkness before me. You did it, champion! There must always be a Lich King.